What's up, guys? It's your boy Joe with the Clean Marine Power Washing, and today I'm going to help teach you guys how to set up your pricing plan for your power washing business. Alright guys, let's get this video started. So listen, stop losing money on your pressure washing jobs. Today I'm going to break down exactly how to price your pressure washing services so you can make a real profit without guessing. Whether you're washing houses, cleaning driveways, soft washing roofs, or even bidding on big commercial jobs, this video is your one-stop pricing guide. And trust me, you're going to want to watch to the end because I got a good treat for you. I'm going to show you guys how to use Zillow.com or Redfin.com or Google Earth. Because guys, if you're like me, I make too many rookie mistakes. And that my channel is all about showing you guys how to go from a zero to a hero in the pressure washing business. All right, so let's get started. All right, now if you were like me, all right, when you go to a job, I'm always asking myself, am I charging too much? Am I charging too little? Will the customer even pay that? Listen, I've gone to too many jobs to where I look the customer dead in the face and they go, what do you think? And I go, ah. And then the wheels start turning in my head like, I go, I don't know, 350, 400. I lost so much money on my first 10 jobs already that it drives me crazy now that I've learned my pricing guide. Listen, I've taken workshops, I've gone to classes, I've put real investment work into my business, and education is one of them. Guys, YouTube has everything you need, but a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of the good ones, are literally teaching courses, the really successful ones, and honestly, it's a no-brainer. We're gonna remove all the guesswork. I'm gonna walk you guys through residential pricing, commercial pricing, and there's little add-ons like gutters, solar panels, right? Listen, calcium removal, rust removal, graffiti removal. Listen, they can boost your ticket size very quickly, all right? And by the end, you'll have a system you can literally copy and paste into your business. I'm literally gonna make this Barney style. For my Marines out there, if you're following me, we all know what Barney style meant. And for you non-Marines, it basically means we're gonna literally go step by step. So here we go. Section 1, residential pricing, okay? Downstreaming. Now if you guys use XJet, I'm gonna put this in the same category, but downstreaming a house, okay? So let's start with the bread and butter, house washing, okay? Now, when you're doing vinyl siding, fences, decks, all right? So I'll do a breakdown here. I'm on Long Island, New York, okay? Now, guys in Florida, guys in Mississippi, Alabama, Kansas, wherever you're from in the United States, your pricing is going to be different because of how much it costs for the chemical, how much it costs for gas. So, but we're going to break that down in the mix here. So again, New York, I'll do New York in the Northeast. It's probably pretty comparable. Even Florida, it's pretty much the same ground ball. So you'll be charging around 15 cents to 20 cents per square foot on house washing alone, okay? But here's the trick, guys. Don't just guess the size of the house, all right? Like I said, go on Realtor.com, go to Zillow.com, Redfin.com, and you want to grab the living square footage off the website. And at the end of this video, once again, I'm going to show you how we're going to do that, all right? But here's an example for you guys. So let's say a house is 2,000 square feet, and I'm charging 20 cents per square foot. You want to go on your calculator on your phone, and you got to go 2,000 times 0.20, and boom, you get 400 square feet. Okay, $400 for the job. Okay, so now I know what you're thinking, but what if the house is only 1,000 square feet? See, that's where the minimum job price rule comes in. Minimum job price. Okay? Never, ever, ever go below $250, guys, for a house wash. You just can't do it. You can't afford it. If you go lower, you're basically washing for free once you factor in your time, gas, and chemicals. Like I said to you guys before, chemical in New York, it's literally around $8 to $10 a gallon. Now in Florida, I think it's about $1 to $2 a gallon, okay? But here in New York, it's pretty expensive. So you gotta calculate these things into your job price, or else you're losing money on the job, okay? So again, never go below $250, okay? Now I've done it. I've gotten the houses, and my first two jobs, I literally looked the person in the face and I was like, oh, I'll do it for $200. My first house wash, literally, I'm not even kidding you, I did it for $200. And the person looked at me in the face and were like, 200? Wow, yes, okay, let's do it. Hey, now, did I know what I was doing? Kinda. I learned enough stuff from my YouTube videos that I've been watching, but watching something and actually doing it were two different things, okay? Now, I'm 3 months in, and experience is everything, okay? So, once again, to what I was trying to say to you, pro tip, the regional differences do matter. Florida, like I said, sodium hypochlorite might be $2 a gallon, so maybe you're close to 10 cents a square foot in Florida. But in New York, California, where it can run $8 to $10 a gallon, you're looking at the higher end of 20 cents, 15 to 20 cents per square foot. Remember, adjust for your area. All right, part 2. We're going to talk about soft washing. Now, if you guys don't know the difference between downstreaming and soft washing, it's literally when you downstream a house, you have a connector that goes onto your pressure washer, and you can go between, I think, 1.25% sodium hypochlorite to 2.3% sodium hypochlorite, and that's it. All right, you can't go any higher with a downstream injector, but for a house wash, you don't want to go any higher than that. Okay, now if you do stucco, brick, concrete, a roof wash, you have to go higher than those because it's not going to clean it. All right, those are very tough materials, and it's going to take a lot more chemical. So we're talking about soft washing now, okay? So this is basically for sensitive surfaces like aluminum siding, stucco, painted wood, bricks, okay? Now the pricing here went a little higher, okay? It's about 15 to 25 cents per square foot because you're using stronger mixes and a little more chemical, okay? So, like I said, stucco, from what I've learned, you need about a 3% mix, right? Kind of brick, like 4 to 5. A roof wash, you're looking at around 6%. Okay, that's a hot mix. So, now remember, for the house wash, you're not blasting it with pressure. You're letting the chemical do the work. And trust me, customers love it when you say the words, safe and gentle soft wash. It makes you sound professional and makes them feel confident that you won't damage their home. And that's key. All right, now that we've discussed the basics, so we have house washing, we have soft washing pricing. Now we're talking about big ticket items. So step 3. Okay, we're gonna talk about decks, concrete, and roofs. Okay, so we'll start with deck cleaning. Okay, we've all seen decks, wooden decks. Now it's 2025, so decks are coming on all kind of materials now. So we're gonna stick with wood for this example. So deck cleaning alone, you're looking at $1.25 to $1.35 per square foot. Now you might be asking, wow, why so high? Well, decks take time, detail, and like the way I've learned it, it's a 3-step method. So when you're white tipping, and it's edge, edge, middle, right? Plus, listen, they make great before and after pictures, but remember, the technique alone for decks, there's a lot of wooden posts, right? Underneath, the sides, decks take a lot of TLC, okay, to clean. You don't want to blast it with a turbo nozzle. You don't want to use your surface cleaner. So you're literally taking your wand and you're going back and forth so you're not splintering the wood. So that's why we charge higher. That's how I've learned it. So $1.25 to $1.35 per square footage of a deck. Okay, number 2, concrete cleaning. concrete cleaning is big because sidewalks, a lot of driveways are concrete. Here in Long Island, there's a lot of asphalt, blacktop driveways. But so driveways, sidewalks, patios. Okay, we're gonna price these from what I've learned, again, 27 to 40 cents per square foot. So I'm gonna give you an example. So a standard driveway in the United States is about 20 feet by 30 feet, okay? And let's say if you saw one of my last videos, I have a measuring roller wheel that you would roll on the ground, and it measures the square footage. So let's say, like I said, the driveway is 20 feet by 30 feet. Now, how do you get the square footage of that driveway? So you do 20 times 30, very easy, boom, 600 square feet. Like I said, 600. So the way I price, it's 33 cents a square footage for concrete, and that'll bring it to about a $200 minimum for concrete alone. This is not including the house wash, it's just concrete. So, and here's the hook. If you guys learn how to do concrete properly, after you do it, a lot of people, they have swirl marks. Okay, the surface cleaner, your tips, white, green, whatever you've used, you might go back and see it dry, and you can see a lot of swirl marks. The best way to get rid of that is we're gonna add a post-treatment. This is done after you've cleaned the concrete, and that's basically dropping a 3, 4, or even a 5% sodium hypochlorite mix on top of the concrete, and you're just gonna let it sit there in the sun and dry. You're not gonna rinse it whatsoever. But listen, customers are going to pay you for a longer lasting look, and that sidewalk is going to look beautiful. If you see my last video, you saw how clean that concrete looked. Okay, now here's the big one. I haven't done this yet, but from my pricing guide that I've been given, we're talking about roof cleaning. Okay, this is the best and biggest profitable service for house washing. So roof washing, you get a price around 45 to 65 cents per square foot. Okay, now again, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to do this, but you're going to measure it with Google Earth, a top-down view, right? So again, let's say that you have a 2,000 square foot roof and you're charging 50 cents per square foot. That's going to come to $1,000 for that job alone. And again, customers will pay that because they know a roof replacement alone will cost tens of thousands of dollars. So cleaning it is a no-brainer. And then remember, when you're talking to the customer, that should be part of your pitch. Now, we're going to talk about add-ons. So how do you charge add-ons? Okay, so add-ons could be solar panel cleaning, gutter cleaning, which are big. Now, if you're smart, see, I haven't done this yet, but gutter cleaning is a separate service from the house cleaning, right? So basically, solar panel cleaning is basically going to be about $15 per solar panel, right? So if you ever looked at a roof, solar panels are pretty big right now. It's 2025. The average home has about 20 panels. So you're looking at about $300 upsell in under an hour. And cleaning solar panels, I haven't done it yet, but from what I've watched, from what I've seen from training videos, it's not a hard job, right? Gutter cleaning, big one, big, okay? You're gonna charge it based on the size of the house. So if you're already doing the house wash, you can upsell it for about $189 to $49, depending on the square footage. Remember, you're climbing a ladder, and it equals risk, big risk. So charge accordingly, okay? A lot of customers are afraid of heights, and they don't want to go on the ladder themselves. So when you show up and you look at the house, tell them, hey, listen, your gutter's got a lot of target stripes, right? For an extra $200, I can clean your gutters for you. And a lot of people will be very happy and will oblige that. All right, step 5. We're talking about commercial pricing, okay? So this is where your business, if you're getting commercial jobs, this is where your business goes from small game to the major leagues, okay? Basically, every pressure washer's dream is to get to that level, right? So again, commercial jobs, you're not going to charge by the square foot, okay? Instead, you're going to break it down into labor, cost, growth, and profit, okay? So I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to try to write it down on my board over here. Again, I don't got a blackboard. I got to buy one if I'm going to do these kind of videos, but bear with me. So, example, you go to a strip mall. You get a call from a strip mall, right? And they want sidewalks, a dumpster pad, and a loading dock. They want it all clean, okay? So, you're going to evaluate how big the area is and how many days it'll take you to do it. Because a lot of these areas are huge. And if you're just one person, it's going to take some time. But commercial jobs are the big time, so you're going to be happy to do it. So let's say you estimate 3 days of work, okay? So we'll start with labor. So labor costs, it's going to be around $300 per day for a commercial job, right? So for 3 days, 300 times 3, that's 900, okay? That's $900. All right, so let's go on our board here. And we're going to write labor equals $900, okay? So labor equals $900, okay? So now we're gonna talk about supplies and variable costs, okay? So supplies and variables, remember your equipment, your sodium hypochlorite. So you're looking at around $50 per day, right? Now fixed costs like insurance, marketing, your CRM, which is your marketing system, Jobber, all these things. I use Jobber now. Great thing, by the way. All right, we're gonna talk about that later. But for all that, insurance alone, guys, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. In Long Island, for a pressure washer, my insurance is $3,600 for 1 year. $3,600 for 1 year. And that's your basic liability insurance, okay? Your marketing, that's a lot of money. And again, your CRM, Jobber is about $25 a month, right? So again, we're gonna go with fixed costs like insurance, marketing, CRM. You're looking at about $150 per day. All right, so remember, $50 per day is your supplies and variable. So 50 times 3 is $150. And then your fixed costs are going to be $150 per day. So it's 150, 300, 450. 450 plus 150 is $600. Okay? So I'll put $600 as your fixed. So again, we got our labor and we got our fixed, okay? Now here's your formula, okay? It's gonna be labor plus cost divided by 2 is gonna be your growth. So again, you're gonna go 900 plus 600. So 900 plus 600, that's $1,500 divided by 2, that's $750, okay? So $750, right? Now finally the magic number is going to be labor plus cost plus growth. I'm gonna write the formula out on the bottom of this, and you guys can just copy and paste it, okay? So labor plus cost plus growth divided by 0.70 is going to be your job quote. So remember, the labor was 900. The growth was 750. So the growth was 750. Plus your cost. The cost was 600. And I'm going to divide that by 0.70. This seems confusing, guys, but we'll get it, I promise you. And then your job quote, if you do your math correctly, is $3,214, and I will show you on our calculator here. So it's 900 plus 750 plus 600. So if you can see that 900 plus 750 plus 600, that gives you 22.5, right? We're gonna divide that by 0.70, and there you go, $3,214. Okay, that's the kind of math that keeps you in business long term, guys, instead of underbidding and going broke. Okay, so to make this make sense, if you guys this makes sense, screenshot this. I'm gonna explain it in just 1 second, one more time for you guys. Okay, so this is the formula. I know we're basically treating math, but hey, for commercial jobs, this will help you in the long run. Okay, so again, remember, we're working for 3 days, so we're charging $300 per day. So 300 times 3, 900. That's your labor cost. It's your fixed cost and your services cost. So fixed cost is $50 per day. So 50 times 3 is $150. All right. Your services is $150 per day. So 150 times 3 is $450. Add those up. Your cost equals $600. Okay. Next, we're going like a growth. Okay. So labor plus cost divided by 2 is your growth. Okay. So again, $900 plus $600 divided by 2 is $750. So $750 is your growth. Okay. Now here's your job quote. Labor plus cost plus growth divided by 0.70 is your job quote. So again, 900 plus 600 plus 750 divided by 0.70 is $3,214. Okay? Now, every job's different. You're going to have different numbers, how many days it's going to take you, but this is pretty much the commercial pricing guide. All right, guys. So there you have it. All right, that's my ultimate pricing guide to pressure washing services. All right, from residential houses to commercial strip malls. Okay, now you know how to charge and stay profitable, competitive, and confident. Don't make the same mistakes that I've made. Go in a house not knowing what's going on. All right, so here's the last part of the video. All right, we're gonna switch to my computer, and I'm gonna show you how to get the square footage of the house, and then how to price it. With the pricing, with the formula we just used for residential houses, okay? Okay, guys. All right, now for the part you guys have probably all been waiting for. So how to use these websites to find the square footage of a house. So there's a few options. You can use Zillow, Redfin.com, Google Earth. Google Earth is good for the square footage of a roof. If you're in a pinch, you can also use Google Earth to get the square footage. From my experience, it's off by about 100 feet when you do how I'm going to show you. It's about 100 feet more than the actual square footage, and I'll show the example in a second. So, all right, so we're going to go to Google, and we're going to go to, let's say, redfin.com. All right, so we're going to redfin.com, right? Okay, so you're in Redfin. It's going to bring you to a screen like this, okay? So I have chosen a random address. I'm not affiliated with this address. I have no idea who lives there. Don't quote me on that. If this is your address, I apologize. It's just a random address on the map, okay? So let's go 1194 Adrian Lane. My thing is blocking it, but here we go. Get myself back here. Okay, and then boom. So you put the address, whatever house you're supposed to be washing. The customer tells you, hey, I live here. Okay, so they say I live at 1194 Adrian Lane in Seaford, New York. Okay, now you're here and boom, right away it'll show you the square footage right here. So it's 1,604 feet square footage. Okay, this is a picture of the house. It literally shows you the front of the house. Now these are not always accurate. They're not updated pictures all the time. So this could be a 3-story house and you're showing a picture of a 1-story, whatever. But back to our pricing. So very easily, get whatever phone you have, okay? Get whatever phone you have, iPhone, whatever you got, doesn't matter. Even a calculator, whatever, okay? Now remember, house washing, it's 15 cents per square foot to 20 cents per square foot, depending on where you live. For this area, Seaford's a pretty expensive place, so I'm going to basically charge them 20 cents per square foot, and the size of the house is 2-story, as you can see here in this picture. So I'm going to go 20 cents a square foot for this example. So easily, you're going to put 1604, and you'll times that by 0.20 for 20 cents. And boom. So right then and there, $320. Okay, so you want to round it with the 8, basic math, $321 just for the house wash. Okay, now remember, if the house is smaller and the price is below $200, you have a minimum. Everyone has a minimum. I don't care if you're starting out, I don't care if you've been washing for 10 years. Everyone has to have a minimum. What that minimum is up to you. But for the majority of the business, from what I've learned and from what I've been taught from the mentors of the power washing businesses, it's $250 is the minimum. So if you're gonna go to a house and wash a house, you're gonna do it for $150 if the square footage equals $150? No, because you're working for free, from what I said before in the video. Okay, $250 is the minimum. Okay, but for this house, $320. Okay. Okay, so part 2, let's say you're in a pinch, you want to use Google Earth. Okay, so remember this number, 1604. Go to google.com. If I know how to spell, there it again. All right, google.com, right? So go to Google Earth. Now we're gonna come to this page right here, okay? So what we want to do is we'll use that same address. Remember that number, 1604, was the square footage of that house. Okay, so I have it here saved. So we'll go here again. So 1194. We'll go to Adrian Lane, Seaford, right there. Boom. Okay. Now Google Earth is got this cool animation, and then look at that. There is our house. Okay. So I'm gonna teach you something cool. Now, if you're washing roofs, this is literally the way to do it. But I'm gonna show you another way to really get your square footage of the house perimeter. You can see the background, and again, I just washed a house last month where it showed it was all dirt. The people just got brand new pavers. So remember, Google Earth is not 100% accurate. I'm just basically showing you examples of how to find square footage of the house or the roof. So again, right here, click on this. On the top of the thing, you can see a ruler right here, okay? Now, all you're gonna do is you're gonna come to the corner of the house and you're gonna click. And then we're gonna come down here. Do not worry about the meters. If you're not in the United States, keep it as it is. But I'm gonna show you how to change it in a minute. Okay, so we're gonna click. But you're basically tracing the house. Click, click, click. And we are tracing the house. Okay. Alright, now come to the side here, this black side. Now see everything's in meters? We're gonna change that. So you click on that arrow, come down the feet, right? And then area is what we're looking at. This is the big one here. So you want to change it to square feet. 1678. And again, with the Redfin, it was 1604. So it's, from my experience, it'll give you about 100 feet more than the what Redfin or Zillow or those websites will give you. But if you're washing a roof, guys, this is the best way to do it, because look, all these houses, even the one next door, right? Like, let's say this house right here, let's say you do that house, and then this neighbor calls you and says, hey, do my house next. You know, and if you're doing your 5 rounds, like I've been telling you guys, passing out flyers for every house you wash, put out 5 flyers, right? Again, boom, now you're not that job opportunity. They want their roof washed, or the house, right? Now you can see a lot of stuff in the background here. Go to the ruler. Once again, we're gonna trace the house. So you gotta click it. We're coming around here, click. Just tracing the house. And then boom, 1791 square feet. Okay, it's that easy. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. I appreciate you guys watching. If you learned anything today, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any more questions, listen, I'm an open book. If you read my comment sections, a lot of guys are asking questions. And as a starter here, I'm trying to help out the masses from my failures and my wins. So any questions, put them in the comments. If you want any more information, any more videos like this, please let me know. You know, and I'm an open book. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I got more content coming, and that part 2 of that paver video is going to be releasing this week at some point. I'm up in my game. I haven't been posting much, but we're in this, boys and girls. So appreciate you watching. Thank you.